been a while since I've been up here, huh?
Can you take us through your interception?
Yeah, I can take you. The play before, I was cramping. I was pointing at my calf, like, ooh, I need to get up out the game. So I was looking at the sideline, like, oh, I'm cramping. Like, then they ran hurry up offense, and I'm like, I'm going to just stick it, I got to stick through it. And so then I had to find a way to get off the field one way or another. So, and so I caught a play. I seen him. He cut inside, tried to push me, but I had fought back, and then I was just running with him, basically kind of like baiting it, hoping he'd throw the ball. And he looked, I saw him, and then I saw his hand, and I just kept driving to the man, and then he just threw it to me. Then, first interception, I'm not going to use my hands. I'm going to use my body. So I heard somebody ask me, they was like, oh, why'd you use your hands? I was like, we'll talk about that later, man. I got to get the first one some way, somehow. And so that was pretty much it.
How do you fight through a cramp on the field?
You just got to get through it. I tell you that. It's not like you can't walk, but you feel it. And I felt it the play before. When I went, I had drove, and I was like, like, I'm feeling that. And so, like I said, they ran hurry up, and so I just had to gut through it.
What was last year like for you, kind of going through the knee injury from the year before, and then kind of trying to come back from that and play and all that?
I had to keep reminding myself that it was a process. You got to run your race. You know what I'm saying? It's a marathon. Everybody's going to have their opinions. Oh, you know what I'm saying? He's not back. He's this and that. You know what I'm saying? But all you could do is just run your race. You know your body. So I know I had to. It wasn't easy. I was sitting out the year before that for so long, and I haven't played football in a while. So it was just like, I know when I get out here, it's going to take some time for me to get back to myself.
With the time you missed, is it good to have a game like this where you played almost the entire game?
Of course. I'm glad I got out there, play the whole game, just feel myself. Last week, it was a lot of jitters, because it was the first time I really actually just played, so my mind was just running. But I got to settle down out there, playing the whole game, and I felt like myself out there.
How do you feel like the cornerback situation? It seems like it's still kind of some flux with, Devins being out and stuff like that. And Reek, we haven't really seen him yet. But, I guess, from your perspective, how do you kind of feel like where you fit in, or how do you kind of think about it?
What I do is, I don't worry about that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's one day at a time. Every day is an interview. So it's not about what you did yesterday. It's about what you do today. And so that's one thing, I take with me, So my main thing is just being consistent and let all that play out itself.
Is the ball going somewhere special at home, back to the family?
Oh, yeah, it's going with me. It's a special one. I was talking to someone about it. I was like, man, it's been a while. You know what I'm saying? This is special. You just sit out. You just watch guys. Make plays. Can't wait to make plays on your own. And then so for me to get that interception and just go to the sideline and just have that energy, that energy around me, man, it meant a lot to me.
You remember the last one?
The last
Interception?
for me?
Yep.
Oh, that's my first one.
Talk about it, Oklahoma or anyway?
Yeah, it was a game winner. My last interception was my senior year. It was a game winner versus Iowa State. Brock Purdy was the quarterback, and it was like 21-26. They were driving down the field, and I ended up catching the game winner. So it's just a real feeling to get your hands on that ball again.
We see you doing some returning stuff as well. Do you like that, or do you want to get involved in that? Maybe?
Yeah, of course. I'm a playmaker. I was a playmaker at Oklahoma. I was also doing that returning at Oklahoma. I was really I like to say I was pretty good at it, and so trying to continue to carry that on this way and just make plays any way I can.
What's it like going from the left side to the right side as often as you have done so far?
I say the more you can do, the better. The more valuable you are as a player. As a person, if you play the left and the right, that makes a lot of things easier. You know what I'm saying? Because things could happen. And if you could play both sides, you never know what could happen out there. You know what I'm saying? Cornerback is where guys get injured the most, I'd say. And so to have a guy, that can play left and right, man, that gives you a comfortable feeling as a coach.
What's the hardest part about switching in the same game, switching sides?
I wouldn't say it's hard. For me, I don't think about that stuff. At the end of the day, you got to go out there and play your technique and do what you do. So if you think about that stuff, then you're gonna think about more things are gonna come to you where it's gonna be hard for you to make those plays.
From a technique standpoint, what is the toughest part going from the left to right side? Is it footwork or?
Muscle memory and kicking, if you're not playing the zone, like the zone is easy. So you're so used to kicking left, or, what I'm saying, that's your dominant foot or whatever it is. So when you switch sides, now you got to make sure you kick right. And so it's just like that's pretty much, it's a small thing, but that's pretty much it.
Does Carl Scott give you a lot of freedom just to be you?
Of course, Carl Scott, that's a guy you want to be around, man. He's always himself, so he makes sure, you guys want to be yourselves, you know what I'm saying? You want the best out of you. And so once you're yourself, you're just going to be the best person you can be.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Trey.